Hey guys, it's Navadine. Welcome back to my channel. So we're just gonna call out the elephant in the room before I continue. I'm filming this video again for the second time, so my energy is a bit, I'm pissed off. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pissed off. I was up till 6:30 this morning and I bulk recorded as well, so all those videos have to be binned and re-recorded. Anyways, today's video, as you can see, as you can see from the title, is just a quick review on Kilian's Angel Share.
I can't get her out of my mind. Wow.
So I have a little sample here. Don't underestimate how much comes in this vial, because I know that a lot of us get judged on YouTube for like having small samples and then having such a full review or opinion on the fragrance when you're like, how much sprays can you even get out of that? Don't underestimate the bottle. A lot of sprays come out of this. I'm going to pop the notes up on the screen so that you can have an idea while I'm talking. I'm going to compare it to some other fragrances. The top note in this is cognac. That's what drew me in. I love a cognac note or anything that says rum or liquor. I'm normally intrigued. However, I would say that a lot of the fragrances that I smelled with, anything that sounds like it would be a bit boozy to me, I wasn't really impressed by it. So when I saw this one and cognac was at the top, single by itself, I was just like, okay, that should be pretty good. Then it goes down to cinnamon. I like cinnamon if it's done right, but I'll tell you the difference with the cinnamon in this fragrance for me. And then it has praline in there and vanilla and all those things to round it out. So nothing in the notes that should scare me. Pretty, you know, standard, and it seems pretty easy to wear. So for me, as soon as I spray this, I get cinnamon and cognac. The cognac is not very strong, but if you know how cognac smells like in actual real life, like the alcohol itself, it's a pretty smooth alcoholic beverage. So it's not gonna hit you like how rum does, and it's not gonna be as harsh. It's pretty smooth and almost has a sweetness to it as well. Sweetness, not like candy or like fruity or anything, but it carries its own sweetness. The smell of it as well is a little bit sweet. That's literally how cognac smells and tastes as well. And then you get the cinnamon and you get a bit of sweetness as well. It's the praline or the vanilla that's coming through, but you do get that sweetness with the cinnamon. The cinnamon in this to me smells like not like cinnamon powder, which I like, and I like cinnamon that hits me like big red. So I prefer cinnamon in candles, because in candles it normally comes off very spicy and it smells like big red, but this smells like wet cinnamon sticks to me. And I guess this is the kind of cinnamon that you smell in like lattes as well. I would say that this is completely balanced. You don't have anything like super potent, even though you can smell each element or each note in there. Sorry, my phone keeps going off. Even though you can smell each note in there, it doesn't fight with each other. A lot of times like different notes are prominent and they fight against each other, or that's how they made the fragrance, for one to be like really potent and stand out. However, in this fragrance, I would say you smell them all, but they're all equally balanced, well balanced, which allows the fragrance not to lean masculine or feminine. It's completely perfectly unisex. That's what I would say about this fragrance. You can also get away with wearing this in the daytime. It will obviously, I think, draw people's attention, but it's not going to be something that is obnoxious. I'm going to compare this to one of the liquor fragrances that, liquor is that what are the narcotics, that's what you call them, I think, from Kilian, that I like, which is Black Phantom. A lot of people say that they would prefer for this fragrance to be a bit boozier. I would say, I mean, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but I think you can't please everyone in fragrances, and that's the beauty of fragrances. Each fragrance is going to be perfect for someone. For my friend Takara, she thinks this is absolutely beautiful, and if it was more booze, it wouldn't be for her. However, myself and Jeannie prefer something a little bit more like Black Phantom. I'm sure she's gonna do her own review, and this has its time and its place. However, for a boozy fragrance, sometimes that I'm looking for like deeper, darker, sexier, like kind of hit me, Black Phantom is kind of more my vibe. It also makes sense that it smells a bit boozier because the alcohol used in that is rum, And as I said before, rum is more harsh even to the taste. When you're drinking it, it's bitter. In Black Phantom, they use chocolate, so I prefer that note being more prominent with the booze, and I think it goes really well, than having my cinnamon more prominent. Don't get it twisted, they're completely different, but I'm just giving you the kind of vibe. One is going to be for someone that loves a boozy fragrance, and this one is going to be probably more suited to someone that's not used to boozy fragrances. I think it's a good entry fragrance for someone that's not used to boozy fragrances but wants to dip their toes in it. It won't scare them away, and it will probably entice them into trying something a little bit more deeper, like Black Phantom. I've also seen on Fragrantica some people have likened this to Tom Ford Lost Cherry. They're completely different, but I could understand what they mean in regards to it has some sort of sweetness. It smells like the base of Tom Ford's Lost Cherry to me, with more cinnamon in there. Tom Ford's Lost Cherry has cherry in the top notes and in the mid notes, so that's cherry potent. So cherry takes over that fragrance, but the liquor that you're smelling underneath there and the base of the fragrance smells like this one. To me, I actually feel like both these fragrances would pair very well together, and it probably could help Lost Cherry out, because we all know Lost Cherry's project and sillage and longevity. Why can't I remember the word? Longevity. Wow, I don't know, like I haven't slept, y'all. So yeah, we all know that its longevity is not great as well on a lot of people's skin. A lot of people complain about that. So I think that these would go well together, because it would help the liquor smell to linger, and it probably would just pull the cherry and help it to stay on the skin a bit longer. Obviously I haven't tried them together, I should have, but that's how I would wear it, because I prefer for the cherry note to be more potent. However, I do know that sometimes you're not gonna feel for something super sweet, so this is a very good fragrance. I give this a 10 out of 10 because it's well blended, and I can see it being perfect for someone. I definitely feel like it lingers like a very long time on the skin. I definitely get that alcohol, that kind of cognac coming through. It's not as potent as when I first spray it, but whenever I sniff my hand or anything and I sprayed it on my body, I can still get that, and it becomes a little bit sweeter after a while as well, but not sweet like candy or caramel. Oh, that's a good thing to point out as well, mentioning caramel. They used praline, which if you've tasted praline, it's very different from caramel, so you're not gonna get the sweetness like caramel or toffee coming through. You get like a muted, soft, not cloying sweetness. It's inviting without it being headache inducing. I think they really chose the right notes to put together in this fragrance, and it's done to the right level. I totally agree with a lot of people that say that it's beautiful. I actually don't really have a boozy fragrance in my collection, because as I said, I didn't find any that done it right. But now I would say this and Black Phantom would be my two favorite at the moment. I want to mention as well, a lot of people likened it to smelling like apple pie. I don't get that at all, but I do know that stewed apple, or like apple pie, because it comes out hot, it has that kind of boozy likeness to it, so I can see that's why they would liken it to it. But I don't smell like, I don't get apple or anything like that, so I don't know if that's what they're saying when they talk about the apple pie, because apple stew does have a sort of booziness to it. Yeah, I think that was it. I think I mentioned everything, the notes and the comparisons between other fragrances, and yeah, I think it's a good buy. I actually blind bought it before I got my sample, and then I got a notification saying that it was sold out and they don't know when it's coming back in stock. Everything happens for a reason. Like, I would have been glad to have it, but now that I don't have it, I've smelled it, I don't mind. Oh, also what I wanted to mention, the difference between this one and Black Phantom is that I feel that that one comes off a little sexier and darker to me as well, because of the coffee note in there. So the coffee makes it smell, some people say powdery, but to me it comes off smoky, and that makes it sexier. Chocolate, coffee, the liquor in there, the rum, it just sounds like a beefier fragrance. So don't expect beefier from something that tells you, look, we only put cognac spices and vanilla in there. Like, you're not gonna get something deeper because the notes don't suggest that it's a very deep dark fragrance. It just suggests that it's a boozy fragrance. So just depends on what you prefer. I definitely think you could have both in your collection, because one is more fitting for nighttime and I probably wouldn't wear that in the day at all. However, the other one would be fitting for the daytime. It's like intoxicating without making you smell like you've been on a binge all night. Like, you don't want to walk in smelling drunk. So they're for different people, they're for different moods, different times. Just like all fragrances are, you can't please everyone. One note in a fragrance could make someone really, really love it, and it could be one note in a fragrance that makes someone hate it and it completely turns them off. So I hope you liked this video. I hope it made sense. I hope I didn't confuse you. I hope you could see where I was going with this, and it was a quick and short in-depth review, and it helps you to decide whether you wanted to pull the trigger on it. If you don't have any boozy fragrances, it is a very, very good buy. Don't forget to thumbs up this video if you liked this video, and hit the subscribe button if you liked it. I do a lot of fragrance content as well. And yeah, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.